Our series Oscars for the first time continues, highlighting this year's historic nominations. This week, we take a look at one of the top categories, Best Actor, with one nominee who's making history. The Brazilian film The Secret Agent is nominated for Best Picture at this year's Academy Awards.
Dona Sebastiana.
And it's the second year in a row for a film from Brazil to be up for the night's most coveted award. But what's making Oscar history is the film's lead actor.
Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent.
For the first time, an actor from Brazil is nominated in the Best Actor category.
It makes me feel great. Of course, very honored and grateful. And I honestly hope that this will open the space for other, not only Brazilians, but South American actors to be recognized by the work that they do, because it's that part of the world is producing great films.
The Secret Agent is set in 1977 Brazil. Wagner Moura plays Armando, a former professor now living undercover as he tries to escape political persecution.
O nome dele é Marcelo.
Armando.
He's no stranger to television and film, known for his breakthrough role as drug lord Pablo Escobar in the Netflix hit series Narcos.
Yo soy Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria. Mis ojos están en todos lados.
The White House issued warnings. And in the 2024 dystopian film Civil War, playing a journalist opposite Kirsten Dunst, a role he was destined for.
I graduated as a journalist, and I worked as a journalist for a while. But I was doing two things at the same time, and at some point, I thought that being an actor was my biggest call.
That calling earned a ticket to Hollywood's biggest night for his first role in his native tongue, Portuguese, in more than a decade.
É uma voz simples, uma patente simples, mas é minha, Henrique.
I met Wagner Moura in Cannes 20 years ago, and we developed a friendship. And of course, I admire his work as an actor. He liked my films very much. And finally, we got together to make this film.
This film came from the necessity that Kleber and I shared to understand what it was to be in a country where, the perplexity of living in Brazil of the 21st century that was trying to replicate what Brazil was during the dictatorship, which was insane, crazy.
The filmmaker and Moura both shared in their struggles, they say, for being previously silenced for films that were considered critical of their government.
We were both very vocal against that government, and as any fascist government, they fight back, they attack journalists, they attack universities, they attack artists, and I couldn't have my film released in Brazil. My film was released in Berlin in 2019, and I could only release the film in Brazil in 2021, and even though under lots of threats, we had to have metal detectors at the doors, it was a fight that I was very happy to engage. It's hard because, when these authoritarian governments, the worst that they do is that they empower their followers in their worst. I hope that Brazilians, the new generation of Brazilians will grow up more aware of our history and of our memories.
And since the Oscars So White controversy back in 2015...
Well, I'm here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards.
This year's nominations mark significant progress in diversity representation that's grown over the last several years.
When you look at just the representation of the actors this year, there are 20 actors nominated every year. We have 30%, 6 out of 20 are people of color. That is a win. He is only the 6th Latino ever to be nominated in Best Actor. We've only had 5 others. So it also helps redefine the definition of what people believe a Latino is. Many times they just think people who speak Spanish. No, Brazilians are Latinos too. They speak Portuguese.
Pretty huge civil war going on.
All the characters that I play, they're sort of like a version of myself. We are all human beings. It's beautiful because we can be both terrible and extraordinary, right? Like we have everything within us.
Even for Wagner, Oscar season has made him a little starstruck.
No, it's been great. I have been talking to many people that I admire, and exchanging informations and talking, and it's been great. And throughout this awards season, you end up bumping into lots of people all the time, right? So I go at some point, I'm like, I think we're kind of friends. I think I know this person, which is really cool.